Hey guys, it's Andrew, and in this video I'm going to show how to install a macOS Sierra on a PC. Before installing a macOS Sierra on a PC, need to be assured about your hardware compatibility, because not every hardware is macOS compatible. I mean your CPU, graphic card, motherboard, Wi-Fi and other hardware. Under the video description you can find basic information about supported hardware. Okay, let's start. To create a bootable USB with macOS Sierra, we'll need access to macOS. That can be a MacBook or PC running macOS or macOS running in virtual machine. And we'll need a USB from 8GB or more. First we'll need to download a macOS Sierra from App Store, and we'll need to download a Clover bootloader, Clover configurator, essential kext like fake SMC, your internet kext and audio script for sound. Insert your USB and go in this utility. In this utility, select your USB and go to Erase tab. As name, leave by default untitled. As format, select OS 6 Extended Journaled. As scheme, select GAD partition map and press Erase button. After USB erase, close this utility and open Terminal. Under a video description, we'll find a terminal command for creating a bootable USB. Just need to copy and paste it and press Enter. Now Terminal will ask for password. Writing your password will not be shown in Terminal. Enter your password and press Enter again. Creating a bootable USB can take about 5 to 10 minutes with USB 3.0. If using a 2.0 USB, it can take about 20 minutes to 1 hour. After bootable USB creating done, close Terminal. Now we'll need to install the bootloader. Open the bootloader and select Continue, Continue and select Change Install Location. Select USB and Continue. In bootloader select Install for UEFI, I mean first two options in bootloader. Now go to Drivers and select OS 6 FTOFix driver 64 and partition DXI64 driver. Select Install, enter a password and press Enter. After installing the bootloader, you will see IFI partition on desktop from USB. Open the IFI partition and go to IFI folder, Clover folder. From Clover folder, open a config list via Clover configurator. Set up a config list, it's very important step, because later you will use the same config list to set up a macOS Sierra. If you are not sure which options to select in config list for macOS Sierra, you can take your existing config list from macOS El Capitan. And you can check it which options are selected there. First I'm gonna start with ACPI. How you can see here, almost any fix option is selected. But most of these fixes can cause the boot problems and kernel panic. Personally in macOS El Capitan, I'm not using any of these fix options. Also have selected a new way can cause a kernel panic. In my case, I will uncheck all of these fix options and will not make any other changes in ACPI. In boot menu, do not change default boot volume and default loader. If you have a RAM memory which running more than 1.6 GHz, then select XMP detection yes. Because macOS by default just will recognize 1.6 GHz of RAM memory speed. Personally, I'm using a 2.4 GHz of RAM memory, and this option XMP detection yes will make to show full speed of my RAM memory in macOS. In CPU, I will not make any changes, I will leave by default. In devices, I will uncheck fix options and reset HDA. Sometimes reset HDA can cause problems about sound. In disabled devices, I will not make any changes, I will leave by default. In GUI, you can set your screen resolution. In graphics, I will select Inject NVIDIA, because I'm using oldest NVIDIA native supported graphic card. If you're using some new NVIDIA graphic cards like 700, 900 or Titan series or some newer graphic card, do not select Inject NVIDIA. Before boot, you will need to use NV Disable as boot arc. Before boot, I'm gonna show where you need to enter the boot arcs. In kernel and kext, I will leave by default, but maybe in your case you'll need to add some of these options. In RT variables, you can select Calculate. because this can help about fixing problems with iCloud, App Store login, iMessages and FaceTime. SM BIOS. This is very important step. Here you need to select the proper system definitions. For example, I have Intel i5 4460 Haswell CPU and I need to select iMac 14.1 or 14.2 system definitions, because these system definitions are Haswell system definitions. Under a video description, you can find detailed list with all system definitions. Also select Shake button in week of manufacture and unit number. In system parameters in Shegdg select Yes. Now close the Clover configurator and select OK to save all settings. Copy the config list from USB on desktop, because this config list later you will use to set up a macOS Sierra. Now go to Kegs folder and open Other folder. In this folder, copy essential kegs like fake SMC and your internet kegs. Now I will make a new folder post-install, and in this folder I will move bootloader, Clover configurator, essential kegs, config list and Clover audio scripts. The post-install folder I will copy to USB, because later I will use these files to set up a macOS Sierra. Now your bootable USB is ready to use. Insert a bootable USB in 2.0 USB port and start your PC. Now keep pressing your BIOS menu button until you access in a BIOS menu. Before installing a macOS, we'll need to make a few changes in a BIOS menu. If you already have made these changes, then skip this step. In BIOS menu, if you have Secure Boot Mode, disable it. If you have DVD option, disable it. Operating System option, set to Other OS. Also set XHCI handoff to enable. After making all changes, press F10 and Enter to save BIOS changes. Now during restart, keep pressing Boot menu button until you access in a boot menu. In a boot menu, select your USB with macOS Sierra and press Enter. In Clover menu, if need to add some additional boot arcs like NV Disable 1, go in Option and select Boot Arcs. To edit boot arcs, press Enter. To save boot arc changes, press Enter. To back in a Clover menu, press Escape button. Now select the bootable USB with macOS Sierra and press Enter to boot into installer. Before installing, first we'll need to erase your disk. Select this utility and continue. In this utility, select your disk where you want to install a macOS Sierra and go to Erase tab. As name, you can use any name. As format, select OS X Extended Journaled. As scheme, select GID partition map and click Erase button. After Erase finished, close this utility. Now select Install a macOS. Here select a disk where you want to install a macOS Sierra and select Install. Installing process takes about 20 to 30 minutes. During install process, your PC will reboot and continue installing automatically. After installing before boot in macOS, if using additional boot arcs like NV Disable 1, maybe we'll need to add again in boot arcs. Now select the disk where macOS Sierra is installed and press Enter to boot. After boot, continue with personal setup, language, keyboard, other settings and creating a computer account. After booting macOS Sierra, copy the post-install folder to desktop and eject the bootable USB. Before installing the bootloader, go to Finder and select Show Hard Disks. Also, if you have problem with installing a bootloader like installing Blockit, then under a video description you'll find terminal command. Just need to copy and paste this command in terminal. Install a bootloader to macOS Sierra disk and use the same settings in bootloader like creating a bootable USB. After installing a bootloader, you will see iFi partition on desktop. Open iFi partition and go to iFi folder, Clover folder. First remove a config list from iFi partition and replace with config list from post-install folder. Now go to Kex folder and open other folder. In this folder, place your essential kex like fake SMC, your internet kex, or if you're using some other additional kexts. Now we'll need to fix the sound. Open the Audio Clover folder and double-click on Clover 120 command to unzip. After unzip, double-click to run it. Audio command will run via terminal. Now the script will ask to enable and inject sound. Use Y as yes and N as no. After making post-installation, need to reboot your PC. After booting macOS, need to enable the sound. Go in System Preference and select Sound. In Sound, select Internal Speakers or Line Out for speakers and select Internal Microphone or Line In for microphone. If you want to change Launchpad icon size, then under video description you'll find terminal command. Just copy and paste this command in terminal, and icon size in Launchpad will be instantly changed. And finally, you have a full working macOS Sierra on a PC, and you can enjoy in all features in macOS Sierra. I hope this video will be helpful. Thanks for watching and don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe. Also visit my channel for more videos.